welcome to today's cross-examination debate. The world we currently live in is one of advanced technology, social networking, and instant communication. At the snap of a finger, any person can share their thoughts, ideas, and opinions with the world. It really is remarkable. However, our age of technology is not completely ideal or innovative. Just as quickly as one person can send a picture message, a life can be ruined. One picture, one inappropriate message can destroy someone's reputation forever. Resolved that the U.S. federal government should enact policies to regulate and prosecute sexting involving minors. Sexting, according to the Google Web definitions, is an act of sending sexually explicit photos electronically, primarily between mobile phones. Sexting is a relatively new phenomenon, which became popular with the production of cell phones which were equipped with cameras. The term sexting was first used in a 2005 article from the Sunday Telegraph magazine. As more and more young people began to send sexually explicit photos electronically to one another, the term was coined by television and print news sources. There are two important issues that need to be debated. The first question we must ask is, do these pictures, if even received by a minor, constitute as the exchange of child pornography? According to Google Web definitions, child pornography refers to images or films, also known as child abuse images, and in some cases writings, depicting sexually explicit activities involving a child, such as child pornography is a record of child sexual abuse. The possession and exchange of child pornography is illegal in all 50 states. Even though teenagers who send sexual pictures to each other are not considered children, they are still minors in the eyes of the law, and therefore are violating child pornography policies. The second issue that needs to be discussed is the harmful effects of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is defined as the use of information and communication technologies to support deliberate, repeated, and hostile behavior by an individual or group that is intended to harm others. Once a teenager sends a picture to another person, there is no limit on how far that picture will be sent around the internet. There is no way to control who sees that picture or what a person can do with it. Once a sext is sent, an inappropriate picture of a minor can be viewed by not only their peers, but also by online predators. If explicit pictures of teens fall into the possession of predators online, the sender is then challenged with demands for more nude pictures. According to the Your Sphere Parents newsletter, if the victim decides not to obey the predator's demands, they are threatened with mass distribution of the original photos and videos to the victim's family members and friends. Therefore, the victim is pressured into sending more sex, corrupting their innocence as well as their state of well-being. Often, if a sext is from one teenager to another, eventually it will be posted on the internet, becoming a pawn in a game of blackmail. Cyberbullying negatively impacts the lives of today's youth, resulting in depression and even suicide. According to Samir Hinduja, PhD, the co-director of the Cyberbullying Research Center at Florida Atlantic University, 1 in 2 children in the United States is bullied via cell phone. Almost half of all the children in the United States have been bullied via Facebook, and 13% of teens have received naked or semi-naked images from someone in school, and 8% have sent them. These statistics show that not only are minors being corrupted by the sending and receiving of these pictures, but they are also at risk to be humiliated by their peers online and in person. A young adult in high school is experiencing an important time of development. They are on the road to becoming who they truly are. Having their reputation being tarnished because of one sext, one mistake, is extremely detrimental to a teenager's state of mind. There is clearly a strong need for change when it comes to the government's tactics for dealing with sexting. Some states charge the sender and recipient of these pictures with possession of child pornography. Some states have no policies whatsoever and therefore allow the exchange to happen. Neither one of these situations are solutions. The federal government must take control of this phenomenon that is endangering American teenagers and institute concrete policies to regulate and prosecute sexting regarding minors. Thank you.
Yep.
Is the controlling of content a person's phone an invasion of privacy?
I guess some could consider it so, but the affirmative certainly doesn't. Once a picture is sent to another person, like I said, it can be all over the internet, and that privacy doesn't exist anymore. What we're trying to do as the affirmative is protect the privacy of those minors.
So how exactly would you catch the people who already put it on the internet? Explain myself.
I
How exactly would you go about catching the people who went about, because if you don't want to go on the internet, how would you do it beforehand without going in through people's cell phones?
Well, Alexa's going to outline that in her plan. I don't want to steal her thunder or reveal more of our plan before the first night that takes their speech.
Is the controlling of what's on the person's phone a violation of the freedom of speech or expression?
Like I said before, once a person decides to send out a picture or a message into the internet or the cyber sphere, they're putting themselves in a position for other people to disagree with what they're saying. And in these cases, when people send out pictures of minors and they're being exchanged, that already violates laws that are already in place to protect children from these sorts of things. So it's a tricky situation, but I would say that the protection of minors is more important than someone's First Amendment rights.
And exactly who would be responsible when a group of people are caught sexting?
I'm sorry, what? Complete question, sorry.
Who exactly would be held responsible when a group of people caught sexting, like there were multiple people involved?
Once again, Alexa has an outline of what exactly constitutes for the policy that we are going to put in place, so we don't want to say too much, but I guess it would depend on the situation.